Manuscript for Murder, Chapter 1. I was knee-deep in the dream, heart-pounding deep, and it always starts the same. I'm walking down concrete steps to the basement, and everything's bathed in that eerie red glow from the stupid lava lamp. And I want to turn around and go back upstairs, where the air smells like freshly baked cookies. But I can't. My feet keep moving, one step, then another, and with each descent, the temperature drops. And it's like stepping into wet newspaper soaked in buttermilk, and they cling to my legs and climb up my arms and wrap around my throat. I need to cough, but I don't dare make a sound. And the word dank forms in my mind, and I pause. Is that the right word? Maybe I mean dark. But no, it's definitely dank. And I feel my fingers type it out on an imaginary typewriter. I need to get this right. I feel like I need to write it down because it's important. But my hands keep slipping off the keys because of the blood, and the blood won't stop dripping. And then this woman starts screaming, "My godchild, what have you done?" And I tell her it's not my fault, but she won't listen. And she keeps shouting at me to hurry. And then the baby cries, sharp, piercing. And then everything fades to black. The clock on my nightstand blinked Monday, 7:27 a.m., as if accusing me of still being alive. Somewhere near the foot of my bed, a male voice asked, "What kind of name is Easy Rider?" I cracked one eye open. A stranger, early 20s, great calves, was crawling around on my floor like a hungover Labrador retriever, apparently searching for a sock. "It's a pseudonym. I'm a writer," I said, lighting a cigarette and wishing I had 2 Tylenol and a time machine. He paused, holding up one of my very expensive bikini panties with reverence. "Pseudo what?" "Like Mark Twain," I muttered. "I heard of him." He grinned and resumed his sock safari. My digital clock continued to flash its smug little numbers, reminding me that time waits for no woman, especially not one with a hangover and a half-naked house guest. "Forget the sock. I'll buy you a new pair." "They're my lucky socks," he whined like that explained everything. In a parallel universe, I might have found that endearing. In this one, not so much. "Found it," he beamed, lifting the sock to his nose like it held the secrets of the universe. Last night, he was charming in a vodka-fueled, dimly lit kind of way. And this morning he was a human regret sandwich, and I was due for a showdown with my so-called publisher. "Can I see you again?" he asked. "You remind me of my English teacher, only hotter. Maybe you could help me with my book report." "When I order another pizza," I said. "Now run along, Mickey. You'll be late for class." "It's Ricky," he mumbled, lingering by the floor-to-ceiling windows. "I love your view. It's totally rad." "Yes, Chad, totally. Ricky," he corrected again, and then grabbed his backpack and vanished. I considered rolling over and playing dead. Today, I had an appointment with Tina Caparelli, my so-called publisher, to discuss my so-called book, though one I haven't written. When Biggie appeared in the doorway, drowning in an oversized hoodie, one hand clutched her ancient teddy bear, the other held her laptop like a lifeline. "Boy toy?" she asked, her voice as soft as the bear's fur. "Apparently his name is Ricky," I said, rubbing my temples. "I like Trevor better," she replied, holding up the bear. Biggie is 17 going on 12 with a computer brain and a kindergarten heart. When she was 2 years old, her stepfather had kicked her in the head, which left her with a speech impediment and a brain that worked like a kind of a sideways Rubik's Cube, brilliant in all the wrong directions. She padded to the window and looked out, hopeful. Barracuda, she reminded me. I know, I groaned, and to make matters worse, my cheap shoes are missing. Piggy tilted her head, a small smile playing on her lips. Maybe Boy Toy took them, she said, as if the shoe theft were the ultimate betrayal. I chuckled to myself. Yeah, maybe. I swung my legs over the side of the bed. Biggie sat cross-legged on the floor, her laptop balanced on her knees. Lines of code flickered in her glasses as her fingers tapped the keys like she was playing a piano. Any chance you can hack into my schedule and change that meeting? I asked. She grinned. Maybe yes, maybe go. Go it is, I said, dragging on my cigarette. She watched me with those eyes of hers, too sharp for someone so soft. Eyes that saw through the smoke and sarcasm. Everything gonna be all right, she sang just above a whisper. I hoped she was right.